welcomed it.
Let's listen now to the chairman of the committee, Benny Thompson, Democrat of Mississippi.
Well, good afternoon. We interrupt CBS special report coverage with local breaking news regarding the disappearance of one-year-old Quentin Simon. Chatham County Police are now having a news conference to share more details and questions. Let's listen in.
We have named his mother as the primary suspect in Quentin's disappearance and death. We have not made an arrest or filed any charges at this time. From the moment we received the 911 call reporting Quentin missing, we have conducted an exhaustive search for him. Sadly, we still have not found Quentin. But our search and our investigation will continue, and it will continue with every available resource we have in order to give Quentin's family closure and see that justice is served in this case. I would like to thank the FBI for their invaluable expertise and assistance during our search and for the help they will continue to provide moving forward. We know that millions of people fell in love with Quentin Simon the moment they saw his face and learned of his disappearance. We have seen the outpouring of love and concern for this child and the outpouring of grief at the latest developments in this case. The men and women of the Chatham County Police Department share that same sadness, but we also feel very determined to keep working as hard as we can and for as long as we have to find Quentin. Now Special Agent Clark will have some comments, and then I'll return with some closing statements.
Good afternoon. My name is Will Clark. I am the Senior Supervisory Resident Agent in charge of the FBI's Savannah and Brunswick offices. From the moment the FBI became involved in this investigation, our primary goal was to assist the Chatham County Police Department in bringing Quentin home and holding anyone responsible for his disappearance accountable. To the Chatham County community, our heart breaks along with yours in trying to comprehend what we believe happened here. The FBI, along with our law enforcement partners, have followed every lead, every tip, and every piece of evidence to get to this point, and we will continue to do so. The FBI entered this case less than 3 hours after Quentin was reported missing. The FBI has provided the Chatham County Police Department resources in this case, and those resources have come in the form of investigative, analytical, and technical assistance. For the past week, over 40 FBI agents, analysts, task force officers, and professional sports staff who live in the coastal Georgia area have worked tirelessly and continuously on this investigation. Last Wednesday, we mobilized our Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team, the CARD team in short, which brings with it experts from across the country who specialize in missing children cases. As needed, and as the investigation continues to progress, the FBI stands ready to deploy additional resources. In closing, we share the sorrow felt by millions and pledge every resource to assist the Chatham County Police Department in finding little Quentin.
Thank you, Agent Clark. And in closing, I understand the intense interest in this case and know everyone has a lot of questions. I'll answer what I can. But remember, our focus must be on not doing anything that jeopardizes the integrity of this investigation or bringing justice for Quentin. So with that said, I'll be happy to answer what questions I can.
Did you hear from the family last night that you might be targeting a landfill? Can you tell us about that and what landfill it might be?
I cannot disclose any information relative to that. We will follow the evidence, and when our evidence leads us to search anything specifically or any specific geographic area, we will communicate that to you at that time. I cannot get into any specifics relative to evidence. What I can say is the evidence that we have so far, based on multiple search warrants and interviews, has led us to the conclusion that Quentin is deceased. The investigation doesn't end, right there. We will continue to investigate this until its final conclusion. Because because the evidence has led us to that point and to this point today.
Why is she not arrested?
Because we will only do that when we feel we have everything that we need to. We only get one shot at this, right? We're going to do it right. We're going to do the best that we can. We're going to use the resources at our disposal. We're thankful to the FBI, and when we get to that point and we feel comfortable in counsel with the FBI and the ADA, that's when we will reach that conclusion.
Chief, is anyone else being considered for criminal charges?
At this time, no.
What changed to make you suspect foul play?
The evidence in the case has led us to this conclusion.
Was there a date where you found the evidence that led you to this conclusion? Because obviously earlier this week and last week you said that you're not suspected.
The accumulation of evidence over these last 8 days has led us to this conclusion today.
Do you have an idea of what Quentin might be?
We do not have any specifics at this time. I can't answer that question with any level of specificity.
Do you know where Leilani's other two children are?
I can't answer that question.
Do you know where Leilani is?
I don't know where she is currently today.
Is there any chance anyone else besides Leilani could be considered?
There is no one else a suspect at this time. Leilani is the main focus of this investigation.
Are you not concerned that you've now named your number one suspect out loud to the public? Is there not a concern she might take off?
I can't get into any specifics, but we don't believe she's a flight risk at this time. All right, thank you. Appreciate your questions. Have a great day.
You were just listening to Chatham County Police Chief Jeff Hadley giving an update about the disappearance of Quentin Simon. To recap what he said, what we know up until this point, he first went missing, Quentin did, last Wednesday, a week ago from this past Wednesday. He says the amount of evidence that police have looked at up until this point draws the conclusion that they believe Quentin is dead at this point. The mother, the prime suspect, her name Leilani Simon, he did not give details about the evidence in this case, why they believe she's the prime suspect. He said they want to protect the integrity of the investigation, not answering a lot of questions there. He said this is still an ongoing investigation. You heard from the FBI agent. The FBI is involved as well. We're not expecting to hear from them later today. We do have reporters out on scene there who are going to update you once we learn more information about the investigation and the case. We'll have that coverage for you beginning on The News at 4. Right now, we return to the CBS Special Report, the House Select Committee's public hearing on the January 6th attack of the U.S. Capitol.